I got myself a new ship model of the MSC Seascape. That's right, I just added to my collection. I just got back from the MSC Seascape where I got to stay in the Yacht Club. First time ever sailing in the Yacht Club. Now, I've already mentioned in a previous video just how amazing it was and how easy it was just right from the get-go, getting through security, being escorted into the ship, meeting my butler downstairs who brought us up. Like, the embarkation was just like this. It was amazing. And he toured us around the various facilities, got to show me around the ship, etc. I've also talked about just some of the great things already that I experienced on MSC, and I want to talk to you about some more, but let's go over what I've already mentioned. First of all, you have your butler who escorts you onto the ship. He will show you some of the amazing amenities on board. He'll tour you around, show you your locations that you're going to want to know on the ship. He also brings you to your room, and my room was amazing. Spacious, large, color scheme was perfect, bathroom was large, big shower, treats every day, and he explains everything. There's a coffee maker in there. It was great. Explained the bar fridge procedures, explained absolutely everything about our cabin. I had a huge balcony. Absolutely loved the cabin. So I'm off to a great start, right? When you get escorted onto the ship like that and they show you, how great your room is and how great, the ship is, you're off to a very fun start. So some of the big perks of staying in the Yacht Club. Number one perk, I have to say, is being able to eat in the MSC Yacht Club's restaurant. Only for Yacht Club guests. I did not have a single bad meal in here. The food was amazing. The waiters were so attentive. You did not last 2 seconds before they were asking you if you wanted something else, if you needed a refill on your coffee, if you wanted more drinks, whatever it is. They even went and got specialty cocktails for us. They made specialty cocktails for us when we asked. It was really good. The food was delicious. The menu changed. Breakfast was great and very attentive and very friendly every single day. Can't say enough good things about the dining experience in the MSC restaurant. Then they also showed us we have the lounge as well. Okay, well, we have a lounge that we can get cocktails. There's a bar up there that's provided to us every day. It's open all the time. There's snacks along that area, and also just outside the lounge is an outdoor patio. You can sit and relax. It's also a smoking area for those people who like to smoke. You don't have to go to a way far place on the ship. If you're staying in the Yacht Club, they have an area for you close by, which is a bonus for people who are looking for that sort of thing on the cruise ship. So you have this lounge where not only is the lounge there, they also have entertainment, and they will bring up various artists during the cruise. They'll have special events like captain's meetings up there. One of the big special events that they had was tea, the good old afternoon tea. Now, I've never really done the afternoon tea experience myself, so I didn't know what to expect. So we sat down and they brought over this huge tray and started preparing right beside us, which was amazing. And what I really enjoyed, because I'm not a real big tea drinker, I didn't know what to do, I didn't know what to expect. They guided us through the experience. They guided us through, how to tell what kind of tea. There's strong, mild, weak, how long to leave it in for a certain amount of time, depending on what kind of strength you want. They let us smell the different varieties. They had a multiple variety of teas there. It was a really fun experience, and I really enjoyed the tea that I ended up choosing. It was a very mild fruit flavored tea that I had never experienced before, and I actually had a thorough enjoyment of that. Of course, there was entertainment there, again entertaining us Not blaring music, soft music while we had our tea. And not only that, we had some snacks. We had a lot of snacks, and they were a wide variety. And let me just say, we finished this entire tray between the two of us, my nephew and I. We must have had a good time because there was nothing left on our plate and nothing left in our cups when we were done. Absolutely enjoyed that little perk up in the MSC Yacht Club of the afternoon tea. That's something that comes when you stay in this area. Of course, what special ship within a ship area would not be complete without a top deck area to get out and get away from everybody. And the MSC Yacht Club is no exception. They absolutely have a beautiful top deck on deck 19. They have hot tubs up there. You have a pool. The bar is there. The wait staff is always running around asking if you wanted more drinks, asking if you need towels, whatever it is. You can just get away. There's even places around the side you can get away from even just the small crowd that's normally up in the yacht club to begin with. So there's no chance of not getting any privacy. You can absolutely know it's a really respected area. Again, not blaring music. You're not sitting on a deck where you're hearing, dum 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 all the time out on the top pool deck. It's quiet, it's serene. It was one of my favorite spots to hang out while I was on the ship in the evening because it was peaceful, nice and cool, a little bit of a sea breeze, and you just sat and relaxed and watched the ocean go by and had a cocktail. What more could you ask for, right? So absolutely, they have the outdoor covered. You will not be disappointed. Now you might think that this is all, yes, I'm a ship within a ship. That's perfect, right? I'm a ship within a ship. But sometimes you want to venture out. Sometimes you want to go and participate in the other areas of the ship. Well, they also have some perks to go along with this. So, of course, you can always attend things like the sail away party up on deck and everything with everybody else. Get off to a good start. And then if you want to partake in other entertainment venues, for instance, if you go to the theater, not only will they escort you down to the theater, they have people reserved seating, and there's people watching these seats, making sure you're part of the yacht club to sit in those seats if you wish. Myself, I'm a front row guy, so I ended up going up at the front, but it was nice to know that those seats were there completely reserved for myself and my nephew and other people staying in the yacht club. So we never had to rush to get to a show and stand in line. There was always seats available for us, which is a great perk to do it. And of course, the shows were wonderful. I enjoyed the shows immensely. I was very surprised that there were 5 Broadway shows while I was on a 7-day cruise. That's a lot of work for these dancers, and I really did appreciate it. Not only that, one thing MSC does that I'm not used to is at the end of the performance, the dancers, each night they'll select a different group of dancers who will all come up to the front, and you can pose with them and get pictures taken, and you can ask them questions, you can talk to them, and meet the cast, which is a very fun thing to do, and I thought that was a really nice touch. Speaking of other entertainment, they also have Cabaret Rouge at the aft of the ship, which is a nightly entertainment venue where they have roughly 20-minute acts. And it's a variety act. You'll have comedians, you'll have a band, you'll have individual singers, you'll have jugglers. You will have a whole variety of acts there, and it's going on all night. Right up until I think 11 o'clock at night, which is, considering how many acts are in there, you can spend the whole night there every night and see different acts all the time, different performances, different songs throughout the evening. Really enjoyed having a variety show. Not just, say, a comedy club, but a complete variety show, including comedy, on the ship. Another nice touch. Now, one thing that is kind of individual for the MSC Seascape, they have the Robotron. And the Robotron will flip you all over the place, folks. I did give it a try. As you can see, my nephew's not on board with me. He chickened out. But I would recommend not doing this right after the buffet. That's all I'll say. Don't do this right after the buffet. But I thought it was fun. I would do it again instantly. It was safe. It was like an amusement park ride. Actually, an amusement park ride on a ship. Of course, as far as dining concerned, you don't have to eat in the delicious MSC restaurant, Yacht Club restaurant every night. You can go to some of the many specialty restaurants on board, and I tried 3 of them while I was on board. It was delicious. I especially enjoyed teppanyaki, and by the way, if you get a chance, try that Wagyu beef. It was mouth-watering, melt-in-your-mouth beef. It was absolutely delicious. So I had a great meal there, even posed with the chefs. That's how much I enjoyed the meal in the specialty restaurants. And there's a wide variety. You get tacos, you get seafood, you get steak. It's all kinds of course, you don't have to eat at the MSC Yacht Club. But I tell you, the food up there was just as good as the specialty restaurants. So you don't have to do specialty restaurants to get a good meal when you're staying in the Yacht Club. So those are other things you can do. There's still more. There's game shows, there's trivia, there's the arcade with the virtual reality simulators and the theater, the 4D theater, etc. However, what events and that are actually perks? You get some extra little perks for staying in the Yacht Club. Well, for one thing, they have the thermo suite. It's open to Yacht Club members every day. If you stay in the Yacht Club, you could use the thermo suite every day, where they have, hot beds, they have the whirlpool tub for people to sit in, they have a huge wide variety of saunas, light saunas, dark saunas, salt saunas. They have a variety of water spray areas on the ship, which is surprising to, oh wait, this feels completely different than this spray, and this spray feels completely different than this spray. It's really kind of intriguing when you try it all. And they even have, this was cold, folks, they even have a ice room, basically, where you're supposed to go into like the saunas and everything, get all hot and get steamed, open up all your pores, and then you walk into the cold room and that closes your pores. Trust me, it closed my pores. It was cold, but it was a lot of fun to do. Or you could just go down and sit and relax. You don't even have to try the saunas if you don't want to. You can just go for a quiet area to relax every single day. If you're feeling a little stressed, a little tired, want to get away, perfect place. That is a perfect perk for staying in the Yacht Club. And we did take advantage of this a few times while we were there as well. MSC also has their private island, right? Their private island. And so when we arrived at the private island, I was watching it out while I was having my delicious breakfast in the restaurant. You can see the lighthouse in the distance, and you can see the beach right in front of you, and it looked like a pretty big island. And I was trying to say, okay, now where are we supposed to go? Is there an area for the Yacht Club to go to specifically? Where our shore excursions are going to be? Well, I didn't need to worry because our butler escorted us down. Oh, by the way, before I looked down, look how clear and blue this water is, that I was able to spot a stingray right beside the ship from deck 18 in my cabin. That's how clear the water was. It was a beautiful, beautiful day. And so our butler escorted us off and brought us over to the MSC Yacht Club tent, where they had the concierge ladies from upstairs where our cabins are, working down there to guide us around and do whatever we want, tell us how to do things, book things for us if we want. Now, we had a couple excursions to do. We had jet skiing, had a great time there, by the way. Really good excursion if you get a chance to do it. And then we also went out to the Stingrays. It was about a 20-minute boat ride. And then we got into the water and the stingrays just came surrounding us. It wasn't deep water, so if you're worried about your swimming or anything like that, you don't have to. It was a good time. Not only that, we also saw dolphins jumping from the water on our way there. It was a pretty fun experience, but that everybody can do. That's not a perk. That's just something everybody can do. But what we can do is, well, first of all, you can get a private cart. There's a private cart that goes up into the MSC Yacht Club area, where there are carts going everywhere, but we have our own cart that will zip back and forth between the areas, and up there you have your private beach area. Only yacht club members are allowed up there. You also have cabanas you can rent while you're there, overlooking the water. It's a really nice, again, relaxing area. No big music blaring everywhere you go. You're meant to enjoy the serene nature of the island and not be inundated with rock music or pop music or country music or any kind of music while you're sitting on the beach. It was pristine. There was butlers running back and forth, asking people if they needed anything. There was waiters doing what, you were attended to. You were not just left in the chair to sit there by yourself and have to run around and look for somebody to get you something. You kind of get why I was starting to feel like a king, being treated like a king while I was on this trip. Now, we had done a few excursions already and we were starting to get pretty hungry. Well, luckily, right there beside the private beach is Ocean House. Ocean House is the MSC Yacht Club restaurant on the island. And lo and behold, many of the wait staff from the restaurant on the ship were serving there. So our own waiters and waitresses that we were dealing with every day in the restaurant were there again serving us. And we actually got, because of where we went and sat, we decided, you can go inside. It's air conditioned. There's a few seats in there. There's a bar in there. You can get out of the heat if you want. There's a big outdoor covered area as well. Lots of outdoor seating. We chose to sit and eat near an area where we can look over and look at the ocean. But the food there, again, was top notch. And I especially liked, I was watching our waitress at the time, and she was bringing the food over from the kitchen area where they cooked it, and she stopped quickly at a table and looked over our food and checked under our hamburger bun and made sure that our order was made exactly the way we asked for it and exactly what we wanted on it. There was none of this serving it and then saying, "How was it?" She checked it ahead of time. So top notch is there. She was making sure our meal was exactly what we wanted, and it was delicious. We had, again, another great meal in the yacht club, even on the private island. I could not say enough good things. So, yeah. Let me just say, I feel like that is a whole new experience now for me. And it's going to be really hard to go back to cruising not in the yacht club, just staying in a normal cabin anywhere, on any cruise line, anywhere, because I had such an amazing time. And not only that, I've been checking since I've been home, and the price point for staying in the yacht club is like compatible to regular cabins on many other cruise lines. Without all these perks, without the butler, without the suite, without the ship within the ship, without the great food included in the private restaurant, without the private restaurant on the islands. Wow. Like, I am really impressed. I don't get impressed often, but I have been on this trip. I just did not encounter anything on this trip staff related, food related, ship related that I just did not like. I had an amazing time. So much so, that's right, I've already booked my next yacht club visit. I guess I must have liked it.